moment that he knew.
He bucked up. Welcome. You're listening to Bucked Up with Sam Buck.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. You have fucked up now. Now you fucked up. 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 Now you have fucked up.
High five.
Welcome to Bucked Up, guys. That amazing intro was made by my friend John Zayats, and the words were done by Irish O'Neill. Welcome to my self-help podcast, where I don't know what the buck I'm doing. My two guests today are two amazing people from Cape Cod. They're starting their own podcast pretty soon, so shout-outs to that. I got Thacher Wood and Ben Miller. Welcome, guys.
Oh, thank you.
How was your drive?
Got a little rainy.
It was actually crazy. The lightning was fucking insane. I don't know if you can see it from where you were, but it was nuts.
It was scary.
It was scary. Were you guys lightning buddies?
Yeah.
Thunder buddies.
Thunder buddies.
Thunder buddies.
I didn't want to steal the copyright.
That's fine.
Now you guys are gonna have to go pay $15,000 just for you guys saying that.
That's cool. I'll help you.
I don't know if
Fuck
that's
you.
how it works.
Fuck you both. So I haven't seen you in a long time. You
Like 4
have
months, yeah.
4 months. You've been with your kids and family, doing real life shit, and you have been playing a lot of video games. I'm guessing.
No, I've been working.
No video games.
It started off with a lot of video games at first. A lot of video games, a lot of jerking off,
Yeah.
but still working.
I
And
want.
then the video games and the jerking off kind of like subsided. Well, the video games really substantially, and then
He's been doing shit though. I mean, you fucking like you have logos on your truck now. Like you've got shit.
Yeah, you
going
have a full-on
yeah,
business.
I've been. Yeah,
Do you want to shout?
I
out?
don't like to say it
But you
because it
do,
feels
like,
weird.
You're just
but it's-
underplaying your shit because you were like moving up and like buying apparel and getting jobs and you're doing something. So don't play like you're just jerking off at home.
Yeah,
Well, thank
you
you.
stupid
You're
bitch.
making money while a lot of people are pussying out.
Yeah, during quarantine,
Yeah.
you are starting shit. You're growing. We got Thacher Wood, CEO of Hammertime Construction.
Yeah.
owner operator.
You
I
should've
was
wore a
wearing.
shirt.
That
Yeah,
sounds-
I
I
was
think-
wearing
oh,
his shirt
were
the
you?
other day.
Owner
Cool
operator
shirt.
sounds
Yeah.
cool, I think.
A guy yelled "homo" when I was running, so I think he liked
Yeah.
the logo.
Oh yeah.
Gotta
That's
get
what he
the
thinks that big
sweatpants,
H
dude.
on the back
Gotta
stands
get
for.
sweatpants. Hammertime sweatpants. And do it like.
Oh, the
Buck
rip-off
Miller.
pants,
Right?
You
Yeah,
should
yeah,
get
yeah.
the rip-away
Wouldn't that be
pants?
dope?
That would be dope.
And if everybody on the crew wore them.
and then you show
Tool
up,
belts on 'em.
you show up to the construction.
I've seen
site.
sidewall crews where guys are showing up in
Buck Miller
sweatpants.
Construction.
Yeah.
Buck Miller Roofing,
Dude.
dude. That's what he wears every day is a
You
pair of
guys
That's
sweatpants.
his
show
uniform.
up to the construction site in tearaway pants with a whole like dance routine set, and the
Fuck
guy
yeah.
comes out. He's like, "All right, this is what you guys are building today." And you go,
It's like
"First,
some
I
Mel
got
Brooks
something
Men in
for you."
Tights
And
shit.
they
Yeah.
rip it off, and you guys go into your dance
Or
routine,
twirling
break,
hammers.
Yeah, disco.
Hell yeah.
and then you start building.
Yeah.
I think that's the $1 million idea.
I think it's something.
A
I
$1
don't know
million
if it's that, but I
idea
think
is
it's
not a
something.
good idea anymore.
Let's do it, dude. Who are we gonna get to choreograph it?
I'll choreograph it.
I can already see like. Have you seen Men in Tights?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen Men
I
in
mean,
Tights?
Yeah.
Fucking comedians. They've never seen Men in Tights.
I've been in a ski locker room.
Well,
so I've
anyway,
seen
so it's Men in Tights, but like
I
modern
haven't
day,
seen the
right?
movie.
And we get the Baus houses all lined up, and like all of a sudden, a bunch of construction guys pop out of the Baus house and then go into like this, what's it called? Were they marionettes or what? What is fucking when the girls with the legs and the
People are really learning how to
The-
help
like-
themselves right now.
showgirls with the
This is a
no,
dark
but there's
road.
a
Oh, cabaret?
cabaret maybe. Yeah,
We have
it'll be like a cab.
our in-studio producer, Ani Moosh. Pew, pew, pew. Shout out. And we got Irish O'Neill sitting in studio today.
Anyway, I'm not
So
good with words.
So you've been starting. I will stab you both. I love you. All right, you started your own business over quarantine, Hammertime Construction. You're drinking like Trump, the two hands.
I'm nervous.
And you're taking care of a family.
Yeah.
You're
Yep.
You're 26. You're 37 and you're living the life. You Freaky Friday switched some point earlier in your life and switched your life trajectory.
Yeah, in a way. I mean, like my life just took a different turn really quickly. You know.
How is homeschooling?
By
How's
choice.
teaching your kids
By
about
choice,
flat
obviously.
Earth?
Well, I only want to tell them the truth, you know? No. It's been crazy, man, to be 100% honest. Like, I wasn't signed on to be a teacher. I was working full-time, and then shit fell through, and that's all I did. I would stay home, and then Libby got an under-the-table job because she had an opportunity, and it just made more sense.
She's going to lose it after the government listens
Well,
to
she's
this
getting out
episode.
because I'm getting my job. So, roles are switching back to where they belong because she has to be home with the baby, you know? But yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy staying home with, because my kids are fucking nuts, dude. Like, you know all my jokes.
What are
about my
the
kids.
ages of your kids for the listeners?
I got twin boys that are 9, and
They look like they're 14.
yeah, they're big
fucking
boys.
Huge.
And my daughter's a year and a half. And we bought our house last year, and like we're not suffering, like we're doing okay, but like shit hit the fan hard. You know?
And now you're starting a new job.
Yeah, I'm going from construction back into the kitchen, which is really good. I missed it, to be honest. I took 3 years off, and like I put 10 years of my life into that shit. So
That was your passion, right?
Yeah.
Would you say cooking is your
number one.
passion?
Yeah, number one. I mean, like
Above
I started
your
cooking.
family, above your
I mean,
kids.
not above my family, but enough to sacrifice a lot of my time with my family. I mean, I'm taking a sous chef position. I'm gonna be fucking at work 70 hours a week.
Yeah, and that's what you love, so you're gonna do it. That's what you
I can't go back. Like, you can't go back. You just have
Yeah.
to fucking do what you love to do. Otherwise, you're just wasting time. Like, I just wasted time. I mean, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about construction. Now I can do my own shit, and it helped me improve my house in a major way. But, like, I just, in my mind, I'm thinking about, like, I lost time. Like, I could, in the last 3 years, I could have gone so much farther. You know?
But you kind of needed that time. You shouldn't ever look.
Yeah,
this
starting
is
a family.
This is a self-help podcast. Let me spit some self-help at you. You can't look back at
Let
anything.
this 22-year-old child
Right.
learn you something, Ben.
Fuck your kids. Leave.
I don't look at it negatively by any means. I just look at
No,
it
of course.
intensely because it's like I'm like about to do it. Like I start tomorrow. It's like tomorrow's fucking ground zero. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
The restaurant's at Ground Zero?
you know what I mean. When I say ground zero, I mean of like my actual career and like well-being because I'm going back into a dying industry
Yeah.
because of coronavirus. It's like I have to go to work and wear a mask now. It's fucking crazy.
Cooking with a mask on. That's not fun.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. It's
But
gonna
you
be
guys
really hot.
both are coming out of quarantine stronger than
In the
you
closet.
went into the-
Yep, it's all a cover. I
Do you-
adopted children to cover up how fucking gay I am.
This is the.
Hold on. Do you remember?
Todd, can we play the Everybody Love Everybody? It's getting.
Everybody love everybody!
I don't condone all the homophobia that's being spit between you two.
I don't see it that way at all.
You've been
You just-
spitting all
right.
over each other.
Everybody love
Like
everybody!
that, Sam. Okay, it's fine.
Spit roasting each other.
Do you remember when we went to Ground Zero
I do, and there was
and
a
how
mall.
creepy
Did you
it
really?
was? How they're
Yeah.
just like profiting.
Yeah, there was a Lego set.
Immensely-
Ground Zero. You could just break the top off.
Yeah.
The actual like
Wait, I just bought that. I just like 100% believed that.
No, but they.
they
for
were
profit,
there were like little like
toy sets.
toy
and,
like
there was a
weird
mall in
kiosks,
Ground
Yeah.
and then
Zero.
the
It
big
was-
white
That's crazy.
the big white thing that looks like whale's ribs
It
or
looked
whatever.
like, yeah.
You look inside, you're like, oh, what is this? Like a monument? Is that
Yeah.
You look inside, it's just fucking.
Why are there whales ribs? No
It's like
whales
J.C.
died on
Penney.
9/11.
What? I don't even
It's just
know
a mall.
about this at all.
It's just a mall,
Yeah, it's a
and then
mall that
like
looks
Ground
like-
Zero, there's an actual
Hold on.
monument and an
Ground
empty
Zero is a
space.
mall? Like there's a mall around Ground Zero?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's basically a
I didn't
mall
know
there.
that. That's
Doesn't
crazy.
it suck?
Yeah.
Wow. That kind of blows my mind actually
Yeah.
that they would do that.
But back to your kids.
Yeah, what
How
about?
now that you're a stay-at-home, well, you're not going to be a stay-at-home
I
dad
have been
anymore, but
for
you
like the last
have
4
been.
months, yeah.
How is it like getting to spend time with your daughter?
It completely changed everything, for sure. I mean,
Yeah. Do you just roll your eyes over that?
no, it's just like
I might have, but I was thinking
no, that's
of
like an emotional question.
no,
for
but
me
I was
because, like,
probably
that's the
thinking
most
of
time
it.
I've ever
I was
gotten to
thinking of
spend with her,
something
you know?
Yeah.
similar but different.
And
It really did, like,
your,
like-
your two sons are your stepsons.
Right. Yeah.
We can get into that later. But
Yeah.
your daughter is your biological daughter.
Right. Yeah. She was a year and a half. She was born on December 7th. Or, pardon me, December 9th. Sorry. December 9th. Jesus Christ. And I just had to work my ass off every day. Libby was a stay-at-home mom. You know what I mean? And I was just stuck in this grind every day, gone all day. When I was home, she was asleep. Or she would wake up, and then the goal was to get her back to sleep because we had to sleep. And then in this time, I've been there to like homeschool my kids and like watch her learn words. Like actually, like she speaks more in the last 4 months than she had like in the first year of her life. You know what I mean? Like she's almost forming sentences, which is insane. Like at her age, it's like 2-word sentences, like nothing insane.
Yeah.
But
More
for
than
me,
Thacher
for me,
Wood.
it's crazy. Like for me to watch that is amazing. So that. I think it definitely changed who I am. Like I've changed more diapers than I ever thought I would, and that's gonna continue. Obviously, like who knows what they're getting into when they become a dad. But
Shout out to the restaurant.
I feel like you're
with those
changing-
poopy hands that you're gonna be working.
I don't know. I could just
I feel like you're
ramble on
changing the
about it.
same amount of diapers as you would be. I think the reason I rolled my eyes was because I was thinking of like when they interview celebrities or like they're like, listen to a podcast and they're talking about like not being on the road as much and they're like, what has it been like? And just like, man, you know, it's been a real blessing. Like I've spent more
Exactly.
time with my wife than it's like, loser, that's your fucking choice. Like go home and be with your wife. Like what do you needed COVID for that shit? Or
You
to
ca-
like
we all
go,
kinda
you know what I
did,
mean?
though.
So
Said
That's- I
from
think
the
we all kinda
person with
did.
no wife.
that's
and
the
no
shit
kid.
that made me laugh about like the celebrities that are talking. The
Yeah.
people who like have enough cushion where like you are choosing to not spend this time with your wife. You know, it's not this COVID thing.
But
Okay,
you've never
cool.
been given that up. Like that was the thing. We never had a choice. Like somebody had to be working. Like we couldn't just buy our house and not work and hang out all day. Like that's not how it works.
I wasn't rolling
Can you
my
guys
eyes
get
at-
into
This
a
is
fist
how
fight?
you don't.
That's not what I mean. Like,
No,
I'm
this
just
is
trying to
what
have a conversation.
this is going to be the theme of our podcast, which is
This is all
Ben
we do is
doesn't
argue,
really
really.
get what I'm saying because he misinterprets what. Because I wasn't rolling my eyes at you.
But I'm rolling my eyes at myself in my statement. Is what I'm
I
trying
get
to
what
say.
you're
Is because
saying.
like, why didn't I do something sooner? Well, I chose. I finally had the choice to be able to stay home and stay. with my
Yeah,
family.
which was fucking
How
fantastic.
are-
It was a blessing, and now I'm like ready to get back.
How are the boys?
The boys are great.
How are they doing how's their like mental health over quarantine?
They definitely should have gotten out more, but like the demands of the school system were really fucking high, especially for somebody as stupid as me to figure out multiple iPads. And like, God bless how lucky we are to fucking have iPads in the first place. But it's like, I'm teaching 2 different kids, 2 different classes at the same time while holding my baby and trying to make her stop crying.
Do you think-
and feed them 3 meals a day, and like make it through a school week to make sure that they don't get set back because they've already had their troubles in school.
Do you
Yeah.
think
You know what I
Shane?
mean? Like it was my goal to make sure that they made it through 3rd grade this year.
Do you
Sorry.
do you
But they're
think that?
good? But we're good. Like we learned a lot more. Sorry.
Do you think that Seamus would be as in good shape as he is right now if quarantine didn't happen?
Absolutely not.
Have
Because
they been
Because
working-
that's a
have you
good
been
dude.
working-
His,
fucking
the
eating
one they're
disorder.
twins, right? And the one like noticeably because the last time I saw them up until a month ago or whatever, they were twins. They're fucking like identical. And then the next time I came over, I was like, "Whoa, you're different." Like significantly like trimmer.
Has he been
and in
taking
better
it on
shape.
himself?
We've done it as a family because I'm trying to like get back in shape too.
You fat ass.
But I just finally had the opportunity and had the time. So we've been going on walks. We've been running around our own little neighborhood. And it's one little lap. Like it's nothing
But
big.
it's better than
but
nothing.
it's better than nothing. And it's
yeah.
like, hey, let's like we have this free time, and instead of just watching stupid shit, why don't we watch a documentary and like learn something about like the food that we eat?
That's
Because my
how
kids were junk food like binge eaters, dude, hardcore.
You just have to break the addiction of that bad food,
It's
and the
insane.
good food tastes as good.
No,
That's
it
how I
doesn't,
got.
dude. Don't lie to the
It's
fucking
100%,
people,
it's
Sam.
100% true.
It tastes.
Yeah, this dude
so...
eats milk and chicken tenders. He
Yeah,
dips
I
his
eat
chicken-
milk. By the
he-
way, guys, I
yeah.
love eating milk. It's
He-
my favorite thing to do
it's
in the
so
world.
chunky. He leaves it in the fridge so long that he just eats it with a spoon.
Just
like
eat the
it's-
shit
like
out of
it's
that milk,
white
dude. There's
Jell-O.
nothing better on a hot day than coming home and fucking eating a big glass
Eating a
of
big
milk,
bowl of
dude.
milk.
No, but that's how I got into running. Was like everyone when they asked me, they go like, "Oh, how do you like? I just want to do like 30 minutes a day." And it's
Right.
like that's not how you get into it. How I got, you have to do like 10 minutes a day, and when
Right.
10 minutes gets like easy as shit, then you do 15 minutes and you build it up incrementally until you build
Right.
That's
those
how you
good
do it.
Addictions.
I was just
That's how
gonna say,
your brain
it's like-
works,
it's different
dude.
for
He could
everybody,
do
'cause
30
for
minutes
me-
easy. He does that's
For me,
yeah.
like my first day back, I was just like, I'm just gonna run as slow as I can for as long as I can, and like that's what I did. And like I think I banged out an hour. I was dead at the end, but like the way I run, a lot of people run hard on their feet, and I'm like tiptoeing, and I'm going through the woods. I'm not like on like hard ground, and you're like
Yeah.
hiking too. You should fucking come with me.
It's
Like,
just
as soon
sticking
as
to
as soon
it.
as I'm healed up, like we should go hit Nickerson.
It's
You
sticking
would
with
love
it because like for me I feel like it's everyone's different. You got to find your frequency and how you operate and what's the best avenue for you to not get discouraged. Like I learned that I like early on I need someone to be doing it with to like have somebody like if they're going to do it
That's
I'm gonna
just
do
an
it.
excuse.
You need
But
to-
yeah,
you
but-
need to
but
hold
here's the
yourself
thing.
works, right.
But then I started learning about myself that I need to be more accountable to myself. Like, how do I operate? And then you try, you know what I mean? Find how you work. And then the point is like sticking to it. Just, you have to fucking
it's
show
like
up,
you
dude. You don't
went-
have to go ham every fucking time.
went
Just
slow
do
at
it.
the
Just
first time.
show up.
Yeah.
And maybe the 10 minutes, I had never run in my life, so I had to do that. But it's like meditating. You're not going to be able to do meditation every day if you do an hour. Because you're just going to get burned out. And
Right.
after 15 minutes, you're going to
Yeah.
be like, oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You
And
got to
it
start
hurts.
off slow
Yeah.
and build it up incrementally.
I
And I
totally agree
do
with that.
think everyone does have their own ways, but I think a lot of people, like who want to go back to the gym, will just go really hard the first day.
Yeah, no,
and
that's
burn
not the way to do
themselves
it.
out.
I
There's,
totally agree.
there's
with that.
basic templates that people can
gotta-
follow to like get started or
slow it down.
whatever, like whether you're intermediate, expert
Yeah.
in any.
I mean, you can't just jump right into something if you're like not qualified to do it. Like obviously, like I was pacing myself because I can't afford to get hurt, and then I go and get fucking injured wake skating, which is a completely different thing, and I haven't been able to run in a month. So when I go back, I'm gonna have to like take it really, really easy. I'm not saying go gung ho. Everybody does have their own different ways of doing it, but some people start once a week. Some people go 7 days, really, really light. You know what I mean?
So
I
how
think we're all saying the same.
Oh, yeah. How to switch subjects? How old were you when you took on being a stepfather? You're 26 now.
26, almost 27. So I guess I was 23, 22 or 23.
Really?
Yeah.
You are my age.
It's still recent. Though.
Yeah, it's
That's
still.
like 2
I mean,
years.
it
Like
feels
that's
like
so.
it honestly feels like yesterday because it was all so fast. Like I came home from Argentina, and then Libby and I became partners.
Hey, give
Like a month later,
It's
yeah.
a really.
It's a long fucking story. Like
do
if
you
you
want
want to go down that road.
Yeah. Do you want to tell it? It's a beautiful story though, and it's gotten
Sure.
you to be able
I'll
to
try
go.
the quick version. I cooked on Cape like all my life, and then kind of got this opportunity to go to Argentina. So that was to be a chef on this ranch called Estancia Ranquilco. And it's a horse ranch out in the middle of Patagonia. It's like 6 hours horseback to get to like the nearest tiny ass fucking 100-person town. Like it's like that. And
Beautiful.
it's the craziest place I've ever been in my life. I got to butcher animals out there. I quartered my first cow. Cooked a lot of goat, like live, asado style, if you know what like that is. It's just like a lot of
don't.
fire.
He
It's
said
all
he
fire.
said quartered.
Oh,
What he meant to
that's
say is murdered
hot
his
heat. It's
first
like-
cow,
Yeah,
ladies
really
and
like
gentlemen.
Cooking.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just building like huge fires in these like massive pits with like a wall behind it, and then I'll like have goats out on like what you would call like a spit is the easiest way to like explain it. Like you know when you have a pig on a spit.
Yeah.
So an asado or an asado, it's basically like a cross, and then you hang it out flat. So like imagine like the pig just like being splayed out flat like
Jesus
that,
style.
and then Jesus style, right? And then you just have it there, and then you sit there for like 4 hours, and you drink wine with gauchos and hang out. So that's what I did for like 6 months. But I've never been more isolated in my life, like ever, because I'm just surrounded by the same 36 people. You're out there in the middle of fucking nowhere. Can't call home. Like
Anyone you fucking hate there? Was there any? Did you have an?
there
arch
was
nemesis?
things definitely happened. Yeah, like there was definitely tension in the ranks. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to go into that, but
Yeah, because these people definitely.
Did you ever have to fuck someone up,
no.
raising up on you, trying to
No.
get big on you?
No, there's
Fucking-
definitely drama. I mean, it's like
I'll
fucking
turn you
real
into
world.
Jesus pig,
It's like
bro.
literally, it's like real world. Like we
Yeah.
would literally call it that, like real world Ranquilco. And,
MTV was there filming.
Yeah.
and
It
everything.
could have been, dude. It literally felt like that sometimes. But I cooked some really, really crazy
They had the
food.
confessional.
Came home, literally.
Ben just is mad.
Smoke
One
a
guy
cigarette. You
voted
smoke a
him
cigarette
off.
sitting on the edge of a cliff, just wondering, like, just what if? You know, just some days, you know, and then other days are the best days of your life. I mean, I learned how to ride horses. I was fucking standing on horses, like jumping on goats, doing goat roundups, rounding up cows, fucking hiking, sleeping in caves and shit on my days off. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then I come home and I get fucking culture shocked, but like backwards. I'm just like, fuck, like there's money here. Like, I hadn't touched money in 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, it was that kind of lifestyle.
Because you'd have to suck dick to get you.
No, there was
You're
just
like,
no
I have to
need
pay for
money.
things, dude.
There
I
was
can't.
no need for money.
No, this
jaw
guy
has
won't
been
take a
so
fucking
sore
goat's
for
leg, dude. I'm just
so
trying to get
long.
some
I was
carbs.
just living there and
Yeah.
just cooking for people. I cooked for the Queen's Guard, dude. Like, people come there to fly fish and to like.
It's amazing.
It was nuts. So I come home, everything's fucked. I go back into a regular kitchen. I have to deal with money again, and my quality of life just totally went down. And I realized, like, I didn't have family, and the family that I had was Libby, and Libby and I have known each other since we were 2 years old. You know, we've been like close friends forever. And I walked into her fucking house and I told her, we're gonna be together, and like, that's the way it is. You got to break up with your boyfriend, and that was it. Never kissed her before, dude.
Well, there's a longer part to this story.
What's that?
She had kids before this.
Yeah, she did when she was 18. Yeah,
And that was.
with one of my close friends. Yeah,
And
he had killed himself. Yeah.
And then you hadn't seen her? How long was it until after
I
that
was there
and
the
you-
day that he died. I was the first guy at her house. Yeah. Scotty was a close friend of mine, and oh man, you're like digging up emotions. Scotty was a really close friend of mine, and Libby lived around the corner from me, and I got the call basically the same time that she did, and I just spent the day with her like immediately because they were both so close to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the boys, do you feel like your relationship is built over quarantine, being able to spend more time with them?
I was
teaching them?
there the day they were born. You know, my relationship's always been close with them. I never missed a birthday. Like they were my family always.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
you love them and you talk about them.
Yeah.
They're your sons. Like
Yeah,
they're your sons.
No,
And
they were
there's
always
no
like
question. Yeah.
even before I was like stepdad Ben, I was Uncle Ben. I was always there. Christmases,
Yeah.
like I'm going to their house. Like that
Well,
was
I
my
thought you were
family.
called Uncle Ben just because you really like rice.
Well, yeah, that's part of it, you know. And
So
I'm like
fucking
also
racist.
a racist logo, but whatever.
Yeah, because you always
rice.
came in with blackface.
I
and
actually used
to
to have
have
an Uncle
boiled
Ben's
bag of
back
rice.
You
in
just can't
culinary
mention
class. I had an Uncle
anything.
Ben's rice hat. I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nope, you just
Can I
yeah,
have one of those waters?
just don't
Yeah,
do
of
it.
course.
Thanks. But yeah.
Why are you looking
Yeah,
at me
that is
like
the-
that?
that
dude?
is the
That
long
was
story,
creepy as
so-
fuck.
It's a beautiful story.
Yeah,
It's
so we
pretty
got together,
fascinating.
and then within a year, or within 6 months, we were living together. We had a rental. We bought a house within a year of that time, and now we're there, and we're looking for our next house because our family's growing, so the walls have to also.
And you're starting back
Back in the kitchen, yeah.
Was this the first time since? Did you ever work in a kitchen while
While we were together?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the very beginning of our relationship, I was in the kitchen, and then I left to make more money doing carpentry. That was like the original reason that I left.
When you
Fucking cook quotes in Guatemala, dude. Like
Quotes.
quotes in Guatemala.
and making quotes
It's
over
quotes
in Guatemala.
Thatcher
Eat
tries
my
to spit
enchilada.
whenever shit gets serious, Thatcher tries to spit a freestyle.
Everybody love everybody!
Oh man, I'm just saying things.
When you got back from Argentina cooking and
Yeah.
had to go into a normal kitchen, was that where was the camaraderie more? Where did you feel it more? Did you feel it kind of in the
Well, I went back to a
freedom of-
kitchen that I was at before I left. So these are people that like helped bring me up. I mean, when I first started working at Sunbird, like shout out to Sunbird, Orleans, fucking
Pew, pew, pew.
incredible food. I started working with them very early during their brick and mortar, and I thought I knew something when I started working for them, and then they like brought me to a whole nother level. Like, I mean, my chefs were incredible, and they taught me a lot. And they're the reason that I made it to Argentina. Like, had I not had their guidance, I wouldn't have made it there. So I just went straight back. And then they were expanding and like trying to do different things in the space, and I helped them organize and do a lot of that. But the camaraderie's always been there. I mean, my boy Larry, my boy Dan, my boy Garrett, Chef Jamie.
Speaking of really,
Shout out to Tiny, fucking little Chris.
Lil Boo Wop. Yeah, no,
Speaking
they're
of-
all there.
Speaking of great chefs, Thatcher
They're
loves
awesome.
cooking pancakes on his skillet. in his
Yeah.
bedroom. Whatever that
Which is
shitty
fucking
little hot
dope.
plate is.
Dude,
that
you know
you-
what's fucking wild?
Yeah.
Is I haven't made pancakes on that thing in like months.
But
And
the
I
last pancake batter's still on it.
I just got pancakes like 2 days ago, dude.
Dude,
And so
God is in the room
it's
right
just
now.
like
We should all go there after
how
this.
the universe
some
works
pancakes.
sometimes. Who knew? Because it's like, how does he even know that I
Oh, we should get
cook
steak after this.
pancakes?
Do you want
Have you
steak after
even
this?
ever seen me make pancakes on that thing?
No,
Or
but
have you even
your
ever
room
seen
always
pancake
smells
mix?
like-
No, it always smells like bacon because I'm always cooking bacon on it.
Yeah, you don't have butter. You just have bacon
It's just
grease.
creepy,
Can
Sam.
can
That's
you
fucking creepy.
describe
Sam smoked
Thatcher's-
DMT once, and now he
can
can
you-
fucking
Think
just
y'all
see
made
into
Can
everybody's
you-
fucking room.
Can you describe Thatcher's diet? And then
What's
you can
changed?
Just, I want to describe his diet as you know it, and then I want to hear Thatcher's diet plan.
Okay.
I'll just
This is fun. I like this.
This is
It's a
fun.
fun little exercise. Dude. What do you think I eat, bitch?
I'll just say like one time I saw you have like a glass bigger than this full of milk
Do you want to hold the glass
and like
up to the?
no yeah
to the camera?
where's the camera right here a glass like
It's
a
a
big,
pint
bigger than a
glass,
pint
dude. You don't know what a
glass.
fucking
Yeah.
pint glass looks like?
Yeah, not a pint glasses. I'm just
Jesus. For ladies and
having a tough
gentlemen,
time. It's my first
we're
big
describing a
podcast.
pint glass.
You had a pint glass of milk bigger than a pint glass.
Definitely bigger
A
than
whole,
a pint glass. Oh,
a
yeah.
whole pizza. It was like what's it?
How
Stein.
many-
It's like a
and
Stein.
You always put
like a
chocolate sauce
Stein.
in your milk.
Yeah, I don't eat pizza with regular milk, dude. I'm not
Pizza?
a fucking weirdo.
A whole pizza, milk, and just a big bag of French fries. And there's like Oreos not far.
And that he has that every.
But he's
I've
like-
seen
he's
you-
still-
There's
I've
no
seen you
Oreos
eat
in that equation,
I've
by the
seen
way.
him
Don't
eat the
fucking
pizza,
don't
like, 3 days in a
exaggerate for
row.
fucking
My
shock
word,
value.
My word against yours, I think. At this
There's no fucking Oreos involved in that equation. By the way,
So now, what's your new diet?
I'll eat an
teasing you.
Oreo.
It's half a pint of
What are you,
milk.
By the way, yeah.
Are you
It's half a
anti-Oreos?
pint of milk, and it's flatbread.
self-help
It's a
podcast.
flatbread pizza and half a pint
Yeah.
of milk.
Everyone thinks my
I'm a
diet is
changed
pizza and
man.
fucking
I'm
Oreos.
not saying that's a bad thing, and I'm not saying that I
It
couldn't.
is a bad thing.
I mean, I couldn't.
I
do
had
the
a
milk
shit
part.
diet. I'm not saying I didn't have a shit diet. I had a
What's your
fucking
new
shit
diet?
diet? I used to eat like a child, is what they're trying to say. Okay, I like Cheez-Its.
Does eat like a
I
little
like
kid.
goldfish. I like chocolate milk.
He just
I like
tried to find
soda.
women who were breastfeeding and say, "Can I latch on?" He ate like a child.
I
Are you
do.
drinking bourbon?
I like cheese and I like motherfucking bread, dude.
Good cheese and good
Okay,
bread and good
what do
bread.
you want
What-
from me?
what
Carbs
do
are
you
dope.
need?
I don't know what you want me.
Carbs are dope.
Carbs are dope, dude.
But if I-
All right,
Carbs or dope.
gluten free.
Which one do
Suck
you
my
want?
dick, dude.
Carbs are dope,
Carbs are
but
delicious.
if I eat one sandwich, I'll be sucking dick behind a 7-Eleven for a
Dude,
slice of pizza.
I
by-
will fuck
by
up some
9 o'clock
cereal.
tonight.
Like,
That's how much I love carbs.
yeah.
Oh, man.
So anyway,
Yeah.
so my new
I'll
diet.
suck dick
Carbs.
for a Subway sandwich, not a ride on the Subway. I'll give a handy for that.
Yeah. one knuckle.
It's my own version of the P9. It's not the P90X diet because it's like similar
With that
in
shirt,
what
it would
in
be
a
called
way.
the
But no, dude, I
PP90X.
cut. There's no more soda. Like soda's out of my diet. I basically the only drink that I have that has sugar in it is OJ in the morning. Like I don't drink fresh squeezed OJ. Okay, fuck off. All right,
You don't
Simply
even,
Orange.
You don't even like OJ.
Florida's
you just hate white
natural.
women.
It not from concentrate. Don't try to give me some from concentrate shit. I don't want your shit out of the can from the freezer. Eat me, okay? It's got to be not from concentrate. Dole, kiss my ass. Garelic Farms,
That, I just
fuck
lost,
off. Your orange
I just
juice
lost
sucks.
my sponsorship. Dole and Garlic Farms.
Garelic Farms.
are my two
I'm sorry,
sponsorships,
Sam, dude.
and I
5
invite
episodes
you
in,
on
we're already
and you
fucking ruining
shit
it. So
on
anyway,
I was gonna give
and
you a pint
then-
of milk.
and then milk. I still drink milk because
can
I
of
have
pineapples.
well, because I have a protein shake. So milk's in the protein shake, and then bacon and eggs for breakfast. Either tuna or a chicken sandwich for lunch with like grapes or an apple, like fruit, and then either like they're like popcorn, like rice cake things or pita chips.
Have you
and
ever
then
had
for dinner-
chocolate
I feel like
hummus?
it really justifies.
Have you
For-
ever
for
had
dinner,
chocolate
chicken salad.
hummus?
Chicken
Chocolate
salad.
hummus is dope.
I have
and
that
not-
actually with strawberries. Yeah.
And not like not mayonnaise-y mixed up chicken salad, but like chicken, grilled chicken in a salad. Pretty much every single day.
Yeah.
So no soda. And then one cheat day, I have pizza and french fries.
And milk.
And no,
Oreos.
no, and yes, if I don't
He
have a
dips
soda,
the
I'll
pizza
make some
in
chocolate
the
milk. But
milk.
yes,
Yep.
but 1 day a week, that's a big.
Hey, that's what The
fucking
Rock
shit.
does.
Were
How-
you guys
hey,
those
how
freaks
many-
who put the French fries in the McFlurries?
How
I
many-
hated those kids.
How many pounds
Not
did
the
you,
McFlurries, but the Wendy's Frosties. Yeah.
How many
that.
pounds did you put on during quarantine?
I lost 25 pounds.
How many pounds did you put on during quarantine?
I took off 10 and then recently put on 5 because I got
Yeah,
hurt.
-10.
Good for you.
Congratulations.
That's right. So fucking shit on my diet again.
I've been lifting too. How's P90X? I've been going to the gym lifting.
So
I'll flex for you guys.
I'm basically at the same point that I was at the last 2 times when I quit and gave up, where I was like 2 months in and then couldn't get the last month in because I just started skipping days. Sure enough, my back kind of twinged on me, so I'm like, all right, I'll take a couple
Through
days
work?
off. Yeah, then it seized up on me, so now I'm like 2 weeks removed from doing anything. I was in the recovery phase, which is just like yoga and fucking cardio shit and blah blah. You still work out for 6 days of the week, but it's theoretically like a recovery week. But
Don't put yoga in quotation marks.
I didn't put- I
backhand
said
you across
recovery
this
week.
table.
Gentle
but anyway,
yoga.
the point is I'm
Yin
fucking
yoga.
no,
All
I'm
different
pumped
kinds.
because like I'm finishing this shit, and I might even do another round because I'm actually finally seeing like my body transform a little. It's kind of cool, and I'm like, fucking, I'm just gonna go all the way with this shit.
Have
And
you
just do
ever-
it and the reason I think is because I did Sober October and getting through that,
Yeah, you
and
did do
and
the
you
shit out
guys
of that
bailed
too.
on
I
me,
bailed on that.
and that, like, the learning about yourself thing is like that in that moment. Normally that's when I last another 4 or 5 days, and I'm like, all right, I'll take a fucking hit. I mean, whatever, dude, what's the
Yeah.
big deal? These
Hey.
guys, no one else is even really doing it, but I finished it on my own,
Mhm.
and that was like a huge like realization and learning moment for me, which is like, fuck it, dude, it's 1 month, and now this is like, all right, this is fucking 3 months. Like, who gives a shit? I can do that.
Speaking of Sober October, Ani, I have a question for you.
What's up?
I quit on Sober October because I learned what HPV was.
What?
Oh.
I thought it was a lot more serious than it was. Can you describe your first time learning what HPV was? Was your doctor nice about it, or did he give you a heart attack?
Neither. I think I'm probably a bad person to ask because I was super sheltered growing up. So I was just told by my parents that I needed to get an HPV shot, and they didn't want to tell me why. I mean, like, in my mind, I knew it was to like prevent me from getting some kind of like sexually transmitted disease. But that was my first experience with that.
I don't think she knows what it is.
I don't think I know what it is.
HPV?
Yeah.
That you can
You have
transmit
it, I think,
sexually.
right? Yeah.
Everybody has it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not really an STD. It's like,
It's
But
just
it's-
everybody.
it's
If everybody's got it, then
transmitted
nobody has it. Is that
sexually.
what you're saying?
yeah, I had a bit about it. It's like that was the thing they should teach you in sex ed. It should be like, you're gonna fuck, you're gonna get HPV.
I remember
Like-
being embarrassed to ask you what that joke meant, and never bringing it up to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
22-year-olds don't know nothing.
Yeah. Also, while
No,
we're
you're definitely more intelligent.
While
than
we're
me.
talking about
I'll give you
Sober
that.
October, we should educate people about hemp cigarettes and teach them that they're the fucking devil,
Oh, yeah,
dude.
those
Like,
are
very
the
fucking,
worst. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
really-
they're
dude,
good.
this asshole had me smoking hemp cigarettes
They're
for
really
the first
bad.
half of
No,
Sober
they're not
October,
good.
dude. And
If
I'm
you're
like,
gonna smoke a
what
cigarette,
am I
smoke a
doing,
cigarette.
dude?
I want to know what
Just
Sober
'cause-
October and HPV had to do with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
You haven't
correlation?
My ex.
Oh, he quit on Sober October because he found out about HPV.
She had HPV, and she made it seem like it was a much bigger deal than it was. So I like freaked out and I smoked and drank, and then I found out what I was, and I was like, well, I already jumped off the wagon now.
It's like getting in the bomb shelter and like nothing happens.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm the doomsday prepper.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a fucking
I'm like,
biplane.
we're
finally.
going down. We're going down.
Every classic like scene from a movie where they think they're about to crash in the plane, and there's always the one guy that's just like, I'm gay, and then right after he says that, the plane levels out, and everyone's always looking
I've never- I
around.
What is that? No, I feel like that's a thing. right?
Almost famous.
Always
There's
Sunny,
just
yeah,
like, dude,
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and there's multiple
Yeah.
scenes where there's a something along those lines.
What flipped the switch to make you start your business?
I've always never wanted to work for someone else.
But what flipped the switch? What was the thing that made
It started with Gary Vee in 2000 and let's see, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So like, I don't know, 2016-ish. I got into the Gary Vee, and then like I go through phases where I'm just like, I go all in on shit. I get really obsessive, OCD, like to the max. So I was like all in on Gary Vee for a while. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. You just got to do it. You just got to start. You just got to do it. And so then I left where I was working, and I was going to just go out on my own. And then my buddy kind of courted me a little bit and was like offering kind of
courted you to the ball?
Kind of like, well, he was offering me kind of a partnership because I was just about to get a trailer. I had my own tools, a truck, also the knowledge, a little bit of leadership. But like the situation I was going into, because even my friends were like, dude, just fucking he's like offering you 25% of his business eventually and like good salary. And I was just like, it just didn't feel right. I wanted to like at least feel the situation out. And then I did that for a couple of years, and it just wasn't like it. There was the thought, there was an implication of what it was going to be and the collaboration, and it just turned into basically the same job I had that I had left.
And you don't want to be anyone. You don't want anyone else in charge of you.
But here's the thing, though. Someone's always in charge of you. There's the homeowner. There's the fucking the builder. Like you always have a boss, but like if you get the work done in time, if you show up on time, get the work done in time, et cetera, like you can carve out your own hours and create your own freedom. And really, like, dude, it's like I was just having this conversation with my friend when we were driving around today. I fucking hate construction. I don't want to do it. My passion is like this, what we're doing right now. I want to just do this. I want to do comedy, but I'm also 37. And it's like, it's scary to be a starving artist. And I've never had the balls to do that because I still want to hang out with my friends. And you know what I mean? So I don't want to give up certain parts of my life. And so I said, like, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. Like, I don't know. My buddy started his business. I knew he was going to, but like he pulled the trigger and I like watched him do it. And in a year of him just busting his ass and like just working his ass off, another year, like he's like doing great. You know what I mean?
And
like it was scary. And then it was but like all of a sudden they're getting all these prepays coming in. His bank account's getting filled up. Now they have money in the bank. They're buying equipment. They're buying new trucks. And then a year after that, like I kind of started, but I'm like half doing comedy, and I'm like not really.
You get what you put into it.
Exactly, and like I've had people like, you gotta go all into it, and it's just like, I'm a lunatic, dude. I think I can do things that other, you know what I mean? Like, there's things that haven't been done before, so maybe I can do comedy and do this and like
you got away with
do
that
them both.
murder in 07.
But yeah, I basically like watching my friend do it. And through the Gary Vee thing also, it's like put those people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're basically the average of the 5 people that you fucking hang out with.
I agree,
You know,
yeah.
like you know what I mean. So
you surrounded yourself with
I stopped going over to my one buddy's house and I hung out with him 1 day a week, and I started hanging out with the other people 3 days a week as opposed to vice versa. And it just slowly started just osmosis in a sense, like get that mentality a little bit. But I'm like I'm lazy as fuck, dude.
But you look
I do
young.
things
It
at my
doesn't
own
matter. I mean,
pace.
you were playing
Because
hockey
people
once
say
a
it all
week
the time,
with
and I
those
figured
guys.
out I'm fucking young at heart, Sam. That's why.
What were you
I've
doing?
always
at
stayed
his
young
age?
at heart.
What was your life?
I was a shitbag. I was an absolute fucking shitbag. I was banging nails. I was skipping work because it was going to be hot that day, and I was hungover, and I'll just play Call of Duty all day, barely paying my
It
bills.
sounds like pre-quarantine.
I'm literally have never paid taxes my entire life.
The government's gonna be all over.
No,
this.
because I'm doing it. I'm finally like I'm finally at the point where like I've got an accountant. I'm doing the offer and compromise. Like I'm getting my shit together. But yeah, dude, I was a fucking shitbag, and I didn't like. I knew that you needed to put the work in early so that you can relax later. But it was just like you see your friends having fun. You're like, fuck, dude, I kind of don't want to miss going to Vegas. This is like a memorable, you know, and so you save, you find out that you can save money. You do save money, but you save it to go blow it, and you don't invest it, and then you start, I don't know, it just takes me a little longer than most people. And it's one of those things, like everyone tells you that's ever started a business, if you're thinking about doing it, just do it, because the minute you start doing it, you're like, why didn't I do this sooner?
I think a lot of people think that people do things quicker than they actually do.
Yeah.
Like,
Some
it
people
takes
operate
time.
at a different frequency.
Yeah, things take time and people just make it look easy.
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference.
Yeah, guys, that's why this podcast sucks. If
I'm
you don't
always
like
late.
it, give me a couple episodes.
Everybody love everybody!
My analogy to that, or how I kind of approach things, is like, dude, I will do you might not do it, you might not do it. I'll do a backflip off of that bridge into the water. But you might have to stand there and wait for 10
Can we
minutes
get
for
that
me
on
to
the
build.
podcast?
Do you know what I mean? Like you might have to stand there and wait for 10 minutes for me to really build up the courage to do it. And that's kind of how it is in life. Other people are like, fuck it, I'm just going to go. I'm going to dive in the water. And I'm just like, I'm going to do the backflip, but I'm going to fucking do the backflip when I'm ready to land, not break my ankle when I land, type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm just slower to the draw, I guess.
Do you want to be like Thacher when you're his age? No
In
kids.
I
no
know the
kids,
answer to that
single.
question, and you can answer honestly. It will not hurt my feelings.
No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody love
It's a
everybody!
joke question. No, I'm not gonna ask you that, but what do you see yourself doing at Thatcher's age?
Hard telling, not knowing, right? I mean, I want to cook. Like, I'm just gonna try to cook as much as I possibly can. Like that's my goal. And like, I'm gonna be getting 4 months off paid every year with this job if everything goes according to plan. And like, we just want to travel, you know. Like that's always been my goal, is to just travel as much as possible and like see things.
Is comedy not it for you, do you think?
After getting this like break, dude, like a lot of people are talking about missing it. A lot of people are doing like Zoom shows. A lot of people are getting back into comedy.
Oh my God! Can I just say, fuck Zoom shows, okay? Zoom.
After Thatcher's take, the stocks
No,
are tanking.
I'm an asshole.
The stocks are going
no,
down.
Fuck me. I don't know shit. Okay, I don't know shit about
I haven't
shit.
watched any.
But like, no.
No, they aren't.
Just
that great.
don't.
They
Just
aren't that
don't.
great.
It's like, you know when you're embarrassed for someone, like,
you
or
done
you
one?
see something, it just makes you just uneasy. It's just like,
I did
don't
one
need
the
to
first
see-
week.
Secondhand.
Yeah.
there's not like they're not doing sets. It's like conversations amongst, you're just watching a fucking meeting.
But I don't think it's bad because Zoom is for people who
Make
miss
people-
comedy
yeah.
as a community.
Yeah,
it's a
you know,
lonely aspect.
I
It's
understand.
not like a
Yeah.
I mean,
growing
they did it
the
for AA
artistic-
too. It's the
yeah.
same thing.
I know, but there's fuck Zoom
Kinda,
shows,
right?
Kinda,
dude.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
But do you not see
What, the rando can't be opinionated?
No, you're fine. You're right.
You are right.
You're not
Just
wrong.
talking shit. I know. Just that's how I
But
was just like,
Thacher was
ugh.
talking about like how he thinks he can do construction and comedy, and that's like what he wants to do. He wants to do stand up on top of a dump truck.
I think really I just need to do the business and build
I
it to
think
where
I get what you're asking a little bit
it's
more now. Like
self-sufficient.
basically, like, do I miss it? Yeah, I fucking miss it. I definitely miss hanging out with you guys every week.
Yeah.
It was like my favorite thing that I could.
But was
possibly
it more
do.
of a community thing than like a thing that you want to pursue?
I think maybe like, I think so, because like
100%.
I feel like I was like getting good at it, like good, not good.
No,
but
you
like,
were.
Like I was having fun and like I did a couple little paid gigs and like that was cool. But like hanging out with you guys gave me the community that I think I had lost when I left the kitchen, because I went from like being in a restaurant industry where I'm just surrounded by people where it's like you go to war every night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then sacrificing like that shit that I had been doing for the last 10, 11 years for my family. And now it's like I go to war every day to like make this household happen.
yeah,
and to,
and
like,
you
have
also go
kids.
to a fucking place where like you're gonna get thrown under the bus at the drop of a fucking hat, not where
Right.
like
Right.
we're going to war together. No, it's like
No, it's like no, fuck that. Ben
it's
did
like,
that.
well, I don't want to
Yeah.
make it. I don't want to look like I'm a
Exactly.
shithead. So I got to make sure.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify and make it clear that I was not the one that was working on this project. It was.
Right. Yeah,
I'm
that's
not.
the thing.
Listen, I'm not.
Camaraderie in the kitchen
Look, I
is
don't
real.
fucking. I'm not a rat, but fucking Ben fucked that LVL up. That's all I'm saying.
And I got it back with you
Thatcher's
guys.
such a rat. He's gonna get rainbow hair and 6'9" tattoos. What is
I'd be
rule
into
number
that.
3 of my podcast?
Everybody love everybody!
Hell yeah.
No snitching.
Oh, yeah.
No snitching.
Couldn't read.
It's literally
That dude.
I just couldn't see. Well, because I had to read
You're
all the other
it doesn't
things.
matter that you're 26. You're such a dad. You're like, oh, I can't read all that way over there.
Good.
Oh, let me just sit down.
Can you turn on my headphones?
Good for him for going number 1, but I fucking hate people who are not authentic and people who like that whole I told you, it's just like
I
it's
don't know what,
what are
you're
you
talking
talking
Did you
about.
guys
Ani,
not
do
see
you know what he's talking
the-
about
the-
right now?
do you know what I'm talking about? Tekashi 6ix9ine's rant after
Yeah.
he
I
went
don't know
number
anything
1.
about
Oh, I
Yeah.
deleted all my social media.
Yeah, it's so
I-
uncomfortable to watch.
I
Like,
post
good
it
for
and then I-
him
Just like
for
no one
fuck all the
cares that
haters,
you
but
Fucking
snitched.
hate
He's
I
like, literally
posted
no one cares except
and then I
people you
deleted.
snitched on. You know what I mean?
it's like, but wow, you went on. It's like I told you, or like, it's just like, god damn, man, like it's such bad acting. It just bothers me. And then have you ever seen him freestyle? Have you ever seen videos of him freestyling like in like a knee-high pool with his buddy, and he's just like, yeah, Trump, cause. And a sacrifice, yeah, and this boy's like, oh yeah, and he's hyping him up, and I'm like, what is going on? People like this stuff? I can't believe. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just went off.
Yeah, you went off.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry,
like-
guys.
I'm in the
Fuck
position
that
of
guy,
it's like I
dude.
just separated myself.
No,
from things
fuck that guy. And if you
before
like
it happened.
Takashi's, I don't even know what songs are his. Play
well,
me one. I might like
actually,
it, but
shouts out to the previous episode's
that not
guest,
fun?
Lloyd Legacy Sharp. He was saying on the last podcast that when he was in his early 20s, he had a $2 million rap deal, and that he turned it down because they wanted him to get tattoos and face piercings, and
What?
then they would have.
Lloyd Legacy
Yeah, and
No
so
Sharp
and so he turned
had
it
a
down.
rap deal.
A $2
He
million
raps.
$2 million rap deal
I
that he
wanna rap
turned.
with him so
And he
bad.
turned it down because they wanted him to literally get tattoos that said like "fuck women" and face piercings and shit. Yeah, episode 4, you should listen to it.
I will.
That's pretty good. That's some inside
on-
baseball. So you
on
think some of
Bucked Up.
those cucks got all that
I
face
think-
tattoo
yeah, I think
bullshit
that's
because
what
the
the selling-
industry, like,
I have a friend, Josh
That's so
Antwi,
sad.
shouts
That's
out.
so
But that's what
sad.
selling your soul is. It's like,
yeah.
I'll get $10 million. Tekashi 6ix9ine probably got a lot of money. He probably got
Do you want me to play it?
no,
No,
please
no.
don't.
Well, this is what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
He,
all I need to
Oh
see.
my
But whoever the rapper is, I think that they will sign these deals that
I like rap.
that
Just
they
let me
will-
say that, by the way. I
the
like rap a
the
lot.
production companies will tell you what your character is. It's like WWE. I don't want to compare the two because these are real people with real lives, but they tell you what
Yeah,
character you
They
are,
give you a
and they
persona.
control your life. But then there's rappers who are independent and do their own thing, and those can still be
For
trap
sure.
rappers. But I think that's what happened to 6ix9ine is they're like, we will make you a star. You just have to sell your soul.
I see how you pulled that all together. Sorry, I got a little off track. But
That's all right. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I followed it the whole
Thatcher's like a
way.
black hole of
Yeah.
rap.
I stopped listening to
Rap
after,
tangents.
Rap tangents. Yeah.
Rap
I don't know,
tangents,
some
dude.
guy.
That's my next album.
That's
Rap tangents.
Rap
Just an
tangents.
hour of
Coming
you
out
just
2021,
yelling
y'all.
you guys are white boys from Cape Cod. You definitely tried your hand at rapping.
No, dude, I love hip hop.
Sam
and
knows.
I used to freestyle
You're,
on the Jeep back
yeah,
in the day.
you're fucking,
You know.
dude. You're so setting me up for that. You know that I rap.
You're just trying to bait that.
Yes,
freestyling.
I'm
right
not
now.
freestyling on this show.
I know,
Absolutely
trust me,
fucking not.
I don't want to
But
lose
I
the
am-
20 views I get already.
Let me just say, I am way better than you think I am when you look at me. I think that's a fair assessment.
Is there? Hey Ani, is there any way we can find the intro song with no words on it?
I'm not rapping.
Let me
I'm
find
not
out.
rapping on this fucking
Cool.
thing, dude. I can't do it on the spot.
Yeah, that's fine. You're gonna do it at the end of the podcast.
Do we
Don't worry,
have
we'll edit
the
it out. We'll
name
edit
of
it
the song?
I can,
Let me try to.
Can I just say? I just want to
Wait,
say,
you-
turn me
one
up,
of you-
turn
one
me
of
down in the
you-
headphones.
one of
and
you-
then then we'll just cut it. I'll just be like, turn me down the headphones.
I can see if we have the
And
file
then-
also.
Yeah, that's
I've always
probably
wanted
what
to
we're
do
going
that.
to do. I
Like,
just
have
don't
it,
want
like,
to
here.
I
search
think
my
you're supposed to
phone.
say like turn my headphones up.
This is
No,
great.
my-
This is great.
My
podcasting
my
right
mic
here.
is loud. I could hear
We're
myself
all
breathing.
going on our
Entertaining
own
shit,
tangents,
isn't
and
it?
I'm
Isn't this so
and
entertaining?
I'm
Yeah.
on my. So you. Cooking is your pet. Cooking and family.
Yeah.
Construction and comedy. Do you?
Construction
see-
is not a passion. You don't even pretend. Nope. Hell no. I hate it.
Then why put so much time into it?
Because I realize it's an asset that I have that can be a means to an end that can get me to a better lifestyle. Because if I really bust my ass hard enough at it, it can maybe be like passive income where I can have a foreman or a guy who basically runs my crews for me, and all I have to do is spend 10 hours a week going around doing sales calls, sending emails out at night, you know what I mean, doing estimates and stuff like that, and then show up and just point at shit and let guys take care of it
Yeah.
while because I have to go to fucking X, Y, and Z to do comedy. And that's kind of the end goal for me, because in a nutshell, my real passion is entertaining people on any level. Because at first I thought I wanted to be an actor. Then I realized I'm kind of more a comic. So I mean, yeah, I'll have delusions of grandeur my whole life, because I promised myself when I moved back from New York, I'll never give up on my dreams, no matter what, no matter how old I am, no matter how delusional it may seem to my friends or family from the outside looking in. Like, I'll always hold on to that passion, those dreams. And so then it turned into maybe stand-up comedy. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I want to be Robin Williams. Like, I want to, like...
You want to kill
I wanna-
yourself?
No, I want to be Robin Williams minus the suicide. You know, like through making
Sorry.
people laugh eventually, like kind of like Kevin Hart even, where like I'm not talking like mega millionaire superstar, but like make people laugh, and maybe through comedy book some type of entertainment gig, or do like
When did
anything.
you?
I don't know, just anything that entertains people.
You're
and
trying to
makes
get to the
them
point where you can make money without having to be there.
Yeah.
That's the move. And that way you
In the
can-
in the construction world, so
Right.
that I can go entertain people and have
Yeah.
fun. I don't give
I
a
get what
fuck
you're
if I get paid $1, because I like to just have small little minor impacts on people's lives, whether it's a little smile here, you know what I mean, like just subtle, stupid little things.
Yeah.
You should be a panhandler.
Little pick-me-ups. That works too. You can make good money panhandling. I'm just saying.
Well, how did you get in? What's your story with cooking? Because it is a passion.
I've just always done it. Like, I started when I was like 13 years old. You know,
Was it a family thing or was it a job thing?
it was a about to go to high school thing, and my guidance counselor straight up told me, like, you won't graduate if you go to a regular high school. Like, you are not gonna make it. I was the class clown. I did not, like, I was like,
You do
I mean,
not have the attention span for a regular public
That's
high
what they
school.
told me, and maybe they were right, and maybe they were wrong. But like, I went to
Your
tech.
observational skills.
I just wanted to eat food, because
Not
like you just got to
adequate.
eat more food if you were in culinary.
Was
And-
were you eating your pain? Like how did you react when you heard that? Were you kind of like, fuck the system after that? Or were you kind of like, I get it, they're right?
No, I think I pretty much knew they were right. I mean, like, to be honest.
Was he
I
saying it
fucking-
in
I
a dick
hated
way, or
school.
was he saying
No,
it in
no, her and I are like tice.
I wish I went to a
Tice, tight.
vocational school.
I actually still know her. I know her kids now. Yeah, shout out to Bonnie. Bonnie just straight up told me, she like gave me a hug and was just like, if you go to Nauset, you're gonna have a tough time. Like, it's a lot of fucking academic work. You don't want to do that shit. Like, you're hands on. Like, you should go to tech and learn how to like make something.
I wish I got that.
And then I went, and then I fucking
I
found
wish I had a
culinary.
I wish I had a middle school guidance counselor like that,
My
because I should have
older
done
s-
that.
Yeah, my older stepbrother happened to be working in a restaurant at that time, and I thought he was really fucking cool. It's no longer my stepbrother, whatever. It's a whole different story. But like,
Let's tell it. We got
He-
plenty of time, dude. Right?
it's
I'm just kidding.
it's a lot.
I think
It's a
we're good.
fucking. I
I'm
mean, you're
real
talking
close.
about like decades of
No,
my life.
I was joking.
But yeah, I was just like, he does this. He makes money. He's getting girls, and like is barely ever home, and he gets home late at night. Like, it's cool. It was mystery. And then I've just fucking started at 13 and didn't stop for like a really long time.
Fell in love immediately, or was it a?
I worked at a
slow-
vegan deli. It was like the first vegan
Oh,
place
really?
on Cape Cod. It's my first job.
I always think it's cool that the people that are passionate about cooking because I just never had the patience for it. I'm like, it's not.
It takes a weird kind of person.
I'm just
to-
want
But
to
it's
eat.
a passion.
No,
Yeah.
But isn't that some
no, that's
people-
I fast.
some
Like
people will
I
say that
respect it.
way,
Like I really
with
respect it. I think
comedy,
it's
they'll
cool.
be
to
like,
me.
you'll drive 2 hours to
Right.
do 3 minutes at the
Right.
studio,
And
and,
we've all
then you'll
done that.
drive 2 hours back. It's
Yeah,
like,
I fucking will.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now I get it.
And
though,
that's
but
the same
now
thing with
I
cooking.
understand it.
It's just that's
Right.
your passion.
Like, wait, you're gonna work for like 70 or 80 hours this week and like barely sleep and go out and drink and party like afterwards, like 2 or 3 of those nights, and bust your ass and sweat all night for like that much money?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will.
That's
Because
why
like
I'm.
those are your fucking brothers. Like you develop relationships in restaurants that like I would lie down in traffic for a lot of guys that I cooked with.
That's why I'm kind of
And-
jealous of Sam. And whatever it is, what it is. I know I'm 37. It's like, dude, get after it. Whatever. Just do what you love.
Right.
But if I had known what I wanted to do, I still don't know what I want to do. People ask me, and like, dude, I don't fucking know. There's so many things that interest me. I don't like not knowing how to do anything. So it's like, I want to race cars. I want to fly squirrel suits. I want to fucking do a lot of things. Surf.
Yeah.
Like, so
can make
I
that
don't
happen.
know.
I wanna
you know what I mean?
race- I
But,
wanna
like,
race
I don't know. The
flying
point is,
squirrels.
dude, I think it's sweet, and I'm jealous of Sam that he's like at 22, kind of has an idea of what his passion is already, because you're fucking light years ahead of where I was at your age, and you got a huge head start, which I think is fucking cool as shit too.
I wrote that in my manifesto for you guys, where I write questions for my guests.
Wrote what?
What do you think's more important? Like time on stage? Like I am going to get more time on stage, but you guys have more life experience to draw from.
Stage
if
time.
You go into
It's
it.
reps,
Yeah,
dude.
no, it's definitely stage time.
It's
Is it?
reps.
Yeah.
Yeah. it
Me,
has to
me
be.
and my buddy had this same conversation about hecklers because he was there one night at the Cleat and Anchor when a Brad decided to fucking heckle me. And like, I'd like to be more stoic in those situations because you'll think of something wittier to say as opposed to being confrontational back and forth. It can be like I'll just own him. I'll
Right.
shut up. I'll just own him with intelligence.
Yeah, it's a muscle.
And like, I wasn't flustered. I mean, I was obviously maybe a little flustered, talking shit with the guy. But like my best friend who I was having this conversation with was like, you were a little bit riled and blah, blah, blah. My other buddy was drunk, was like, I'm going to fucking kick that guy. I'm like, dude, it's a heckler. We're not fighting, okay? Chill. But it's like the difference between me and that heckler and Bill Burr and that heckler is Bill Burr's Tom Brady, and I'm a rookie quarterback, and the defense just shifted on me.
You're not a
us.
rookie quarterback.
But you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
You're like,
But, like-
you're like a fucking
No, but, like-
Division 3.
But what I'm saying is, it's a guy like a first-year quarterback
I
who sees a
understand.
defensive shift, who's like, "Oh shit!" and then the game speeds up, and they're like, "Oh man!" and they might maybe get the throw off, and the dude makes an amazing catch, whereas Tom Brady's sitting back there, and he's like, "Oh, they're about to
knows,
shift,"
right.
because he saw the safety, just looked at the fucking defensive end's tailbone, and the fucking.
I've never.
You know what I mean? The strong safeties fucking starts like grip, and he's like, oh, they're shifting and blah blah. So it's like you still have the same skill set in a sense where you may still be funny, but like it's just reps, dude. I feel like it's all about reps, and like for me, I'm approaching it as just stage time, because I feel in my heart that I'm funny. And like it's about being yourself. So eventually, if you're just comfortable on stage, yourself will come out, and the jokes will come later. And that's I mean, I don't know shit, but that's how I try to approach it.
I've never had a good comeback to a heckler yet. I don't think I've ever. But this is actually a good story. It ended well. It ended
But-
with the only time someone in the audience has ever bought me a beer. Is a guy heckled me at the Cleat and Anchor. That's where the cops threatened me. That's where everything happened. But a guy heckled me, and I went, "If you didn't have a beard, I'd think you were a cancer patient," because he was bald. It turned out he was a stage 3 terminal cancer.
Yeah, like gonna die in a
and
couple
he
weeks.
bought me a beer, and he was like, "No one has ever made a joke about it before. Thank you." Like
Yeah.
everyone's too scared to talk.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I thought I was gonna
Yeah.
shit bricks. I was like,
But that's
that
great.
could've
You're
gone
just like
either
being
way.
truthful, and that's your
Exactly.
sense of humor and blah blah.
I
But
still don't understand why
moments
he
are
had
so
the beard.
funny.
let me ask you a question. Do you feel like if you sat at home for 2 years and just thought of different ways to deal with hecklers, and came back
Right.
on stage, you would deal with hecklers any better?
No.
No. So
Well,
that's where
that's-
the reps come in. It's just like get on stage and just fucking do it and deal with hecklers. And I see a lot of people like Boston comics who are just so used to the politeness of the atmospheres of the clubs they work in. Like, you don't talk when I'm on stage. And like when I go, it's like people are gonna heckle, but also sometimes someone might want to say something funny, dude. They're not trying to heckle. They're giving you an opportunity to say something funny, engage with them, shut them up, whatever. I see that as an opportunity. I don't see that as like, hey, dude. But like what
Especially, like,
happens
the dive
is
spots,
I watch a lot of people like who are considered like good comics because Ed Wall be like, you got to see this guy. You got to see that guy. Oh, dude, this guy's fucking great. Blah, blah, blah. And they come to the Cleat and Anchor, which is a fucking bar.
Right.
Where they put you isn't the best spot because most of the people right in front of you have their back to you because they're trying to get drinks. And then everyone else is further away, can't really hear because it's loud. So it's a tough room. And they just fucking crumble because if not all eyes are on you,
Right.
or someone might talk or say something to you and it takes you out of your rhythm and
But
you don't get to
you-
get your set up punchlines.
You
So
You
like,
need that
demand
shit.
the
That's
you,
I'm reading.
but that's my point is you need that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Just get up and suck
I'm
it
reading,
up, dude, and be uncomfortable, man.
Outliers.
I miss the cleat. I do
Dude,
miss
eat
the
shit.
cleat.
Go eat shit
I'm
at the
reading
Cleat and Anchor,
Outliers
man.
not by Cleat.
By
Anchor.
Cleat and Anchor.
Yeah, by Malcolm. By Malcolm.
by the
Gladwell.
owners, by the owners of the
And,
Cleat and Anchor. They wrote a book.
He was talking about how everyone needs the 10,000 hours to perfect something, but he was also talking about the Beatles, that when they were young, like when they were just starting out, they were hired to go to this strip club in Germany and play 8 hours a night for like 250 nights of the year.
There's the reps.
And they were just getting and it was the worst experience, but by the end they were
Yeah,
great, and
they
that's
were
what the Cleat and
gangster.
Anchor is.
insane.
It's
I've
you
never
need.
heard that.
Yeah.
That's how they got good.
Wow.
It's
I did
it's
the
a
math,
really,
dude. It takes 10,000 hours is a long
lot of
fucking
hours.
time
But
when you're
it's-
doing 5 minutes.
But that's not
sets,
true. Okay,
man.
but that's
you
also
really
you gotta
gotta
sit
start
down.
piling them on.
This was okay. So it's like doing comedy is real, but like writing will get off of that time. Maybe not as much.
True.
And then watching comedy and studying
Yeah.
it. So that's why it's like. I've only been doing stand up for a year, but I've been watching it and studying it
love
since I was
watching
17 years
comedy.
old. I would go every night to the clubs and watch it. I wasn't doing it.
You might be the biggest comedy fan that I've ever met.
Yeah.
You and maybe
You've
Al
shook more
Christakis.
people's hands than I've ever seen.
But it really, I think it didn't help me with my comedy, but it did help me with my comedy because I just learned the theory behind it. Like
well,
I
you're a
was just
geek. You're
yeah.
a comedy geek, dude. Like
Yeah.
that's your fucking thing. Like,
But
you wanna
also
talk to me
there's-
about fucking cooks. I'll fucking name 1,000 cooks for you because like I'll suck dick to meet those people. Like
You got a lot of
the
those
same thing.
rhythms and fucking nuances in your subconscious too. That just you can't say it doesn't help you.
Do you have a favorite restaurant in the world?
in the world.
His is Chili's off of Route 6 and
I don't have a favorite anything.
I can't say I have a favorite restaurant because I haven't eaten at enough restaurants yet to like make that choice. But thus far, the best meal I ever ate was at Roberta's in Brooklyn. That restaurant's fucking insane.
Pew, 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 shout
You
out
know?
to
And
Roberta.
I haven't
Shout
been,
out
I
to
haven't been there
Roberta.
in years, but that place, they gave me a bowl of chicken hearts that blew my mind. I mean, they
I
just
love a good
they just
chicken
fed
heart.
me because I was there with my chef.
Mhm.
And like we went and we spent 36 hours in New York and we just ate our way throughout the city and hit as many spots as we could. That shit they just blew my mind. And it's probably a nostalgia thing too because I was like young, going to New York City to just eat for the first time ever. Like there's just those things that were like you never eat your first Fenway Frank for the first time ever again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like that's like a memory for me that I'll never forget because the atmosphere is so cool. You walk in to this weird like alleyway. You know what I mean? You walk in there and it's just this beautiful like garden coming up around you, and they have a fucking like a booth, like a beautiful. They have like their own radio station, like right there in the restaurant. And you open kitchen, like big wood fire pizza oven, big community tables, like.
I was
gorgeous.
listening to an interview and they said like a good restaurant you'll remember the meal, but a great restaurant you'll remember the whole night, or
Yeah.
you'll remember like the day that happened.
Which is
like
what he just
exactly.
stated.
So
I mean, I got
that's
to
why-
tour the kitchen, like
Yeah.
because my
The-
chef used to work there. I got through the whole place.
One of the best meals I've ever had was simply just pieces of steak sliced up and pieces of chicken sliced up. And it was at a backyard barbecue, like just on Cape Cod.
Right.
Summertime, these Brazilians are grilling chicken, and they're Brazilian
They're
steak.
Brazilian.
They're Brazilian.
He's getting in his freestyle mode, which I'm still making you do.
They're grilling steak, and they're spritzing it with like a Windex bottle, and I don't know if it was salt water, or what they had in that bottle. I don't know what they did to that fucking food, but I was like, this is the best piece of chicken I've ever.
Came in that bottle.
I've definitely whatever, man. Fucking start coming in bottles and spritzing it on your steak, people.
Hey,
it's delicious.
That can be on your menu.
There you go.
Yeah.
Drizzled by the chef.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come in steak. They're like, you have cumin. We're like, no, it's not.
This is a white balsamic vinaigrette.
Oh, that was a good.
Yeah. That's a real thing, actually.
White balsac and vinegar. On that note, hey, we have the intro song with no words.
Yeah, it's actually our outro. If you want to rap over, if you want to
Thatcher,
over the
do you
outro.
want
my
to
God.
spit a freestyle?
I don't, because I'm so bad when I do it on the spot. I feel like I have to be in the
You can't
zone. But
buck
this
up
is,
even
I can't
more.
fucking
You know?
bail on this.
You gotta do
It's
it.
super short.
Yeah. And that'll take us out.
Thank you guys for being here. I love you both.
Thanks for
so
having
much.
us, Sam
Love you
Buck.
too,
This was a
buddy. Missed
blast,
ya.
dude.
I missed you too.
I love you, dude. This
I
was
want to
awesome.
have you guys back on because
Yeah,
I want
sure.
to know more about your lives and
Uh.
everything.
Yo.
Not it.
That's
I
not
was
it.
bamboozled.
Oh, that was pretty
I was just
good.
getting into that, actually. That's okay.
I kinda
Just
like that.
Just like that, Thatcher was saved by the bell.
It was
Okay.
at this moment
Thank
that he
you guys
knew.
so much for being
He
here.
bucked up.